So let's start a day with after this conversation of about angles. It's time to start our lecture of the day properly. A very good morning to all of my students, and chapter 11 is started, and its name is angle. Task of the day is very easy and very interesting, and I hope so that my students can do it. I was thinking that you all can do it by yourself, but you guys really need little bit, you can say that, more reinforcement, because when I ask you to tell me the definitions of the angles, most of my students don't know even the basic definitions of the angles, that what is an angle. So what you all are gonna do, this is a task of the day. So everyone, please open your workbook 3B, page number 99 and 100. And meanwhile, Najibur Rahman, open the book and quickly mention date and day on the top of the pages. Rather than drawing the annotations on the screen, it's better to mention your date and day on the pages numbers which are showing on the screen. And let's just have a brief look on the definition of the angles, that what is basically the basic definitions of angles. Look at this. Last day I asked you all, this is from the book 3, so please look at the screen carefully and learn this line with me. When two straight lines meet at a point, angle is formed. So basic thing that you need to learn, that two straight lines, the lines should be straight, and when they meet at any point, it could be a starting point, middle point, ending point, angle is formed. This is something that you need to learn by heart, because this is a key definition of angles, that what are basically the angles. So when, if somebody asks you what is basically an angle, you should quickly tell them that when two straight lines meet at a point, and it could be at any point, angle is formed. I hope so that you guys understand it. Now I would like to show you, revise the last day of one image as well. See, in this picture, in the picture A, look at the screen, there is no work on your workbook, because the workbook pages, once you understand it, the workbook pages will be so much easy for you and you can do it by yourself. Look at the figure A, look at this point. Two lines, straight lines, and they are meeting at this point, they are joining at this point, so there is an angle. There is an angle in this picture. Look at the figure B. There are two straight lines, but they're not meeting at any point. They're not joining at any point. So what you will do, there is no angle in this picture. Okay, look at the figure C. Look at the figure C. There are two straight lines, but they are not meeting at any point. So what you will do, there is no angle in this picture. Now, after the revision of the last day work, now I would like you all to open your workbook page number 99. Yes, this is a figure with page number 99, and there are different, where you can see the diagrams over the pictures over here. So what you will do, which of the following form angles? Your teacher is asking you that which of the following pictures has an angle. Put a tick in the correct box. So all of my boys, what you all gonna do, you all are going to mark the answers by yourself, and I will just give you 1 minute to do your work. And after that, I will share the answers with all of you. Okay, quickly put a tick in the correct box where you can see the angles, in which figures you can see the angles. So quickly put your ticks in the correct boxes, and even you can share your answers after choosing your correct answers. You can share your answers in the chat box. Okay, now my students, what you all gonna do, look at this figure A. Those students who were absent last day, who were not present in a Zoom class, what you all gonna do, you just look at the screen. There are two straight lines, my students, but they are not meeting. They are not joining at any point. So there is no angle. So it's not the correct box. Look at the figure B or picture B. In this picture, there are two straight lines, and see, their joining part is in the middle. They are joining from the middle. So this is the point where they are joining. So this is a correct box, and there is an angle in this picture. So you all will take the box B. Look at the picture C. there are two straight lines and they are meeting at this point. This is a point. You can see my red dot over here on the screen. So there is an angle in this picture. Now look at the picture BD. There are two straight lines and see, they are not meeting. They are not joining at any point. They are not even a single corner is touching with each other. So there is no angle in the part D. Now for the part E, there are straight lines and see the difference. It's not joined. There is a little bit difference between these two straight lines. So there is no angle in this picture. And for the part F, yes, it's a big angle. Two straight lines are joining at this point. So we have an angle in this picture. So what you're going to do, my students, you are going to take the answer of part B, part C, and then part F. Yes, now the page 1 is done and you all know that how to form the angles in a picture. Now the basic task is that you all are going to find out the sides and the angles. This question is also we done last day. Everyone now turn the page and come to the page number 100. Now my boys, everyone, please turn the page and come to the page number 100. Everyone, please mention the date on the top of your workbook page because I know that if I will not ask you, you will not write it. So everyone quickly mention your name and your date and day on the top of the page. The date is 12/1/2021. Please mention the date. I'm just doing this work slowly because I know that sometimes the students are, that writing slowly and they just get then confused. So I hope so that your day is done. Now our task is very easy. Your teacher's question is mark the angles in each shape and fill in the blanks. Your teacher is saying that mark the angles. Mark the angles means we did this type of a question last day, but the students who were absent last day, so I'm just explaining this part again for all of you. Mark the angles means you are going to highlight, you are going to point out the area where the two lines are meeting. So angle is formed. Now you will see at this side, two lines are meeting at this point, so angle is formed. Look at this, two lines are meeting at this point, angle is formed. Two lines are meeting at this side, angle is formed. Two lines are meeting at this point, angle is formed. And the last one, two lines are meeting at this point, angle is formed. See, so there are, if you just after marking the angles, you guys quickly get the idea that how many angles are in it. It has 5 angles. And as far as concern of sides, the number of sides and angles are same. Why? Because if you look at the sides, easy word that I used to call sometimes, that's are the corners. So how many corners you will find out in this figure? It has 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners, 4 corners, and 5 corners. See, this figure has 5 sides and 5 corners. This chapter is very easy and I hope so that you all will enjoy it. So rest of my boys, quickly start marking the angles and write down your answers by yourself, and I'm giving you 2 minutes to do it by yourself. Because I observe that sometimes the students are just copying the work and they are just busy in chat. So quickly solve your answer and write down your answers in a chat box. I'm waiting for you all to give your answers. Very good. Hamza has done even both pages. Very good. Very good. Share your answers. Share your answers and then it will be so easy to look at this. Okay. Now I am solving the part B for my students. For the figure B, my students, everyone mark the angle. This is a point where two lines are meeting. This is a point where two lines are meeting. This is a point and this is a point. See, in this area, there is a no corner, there is a no side and no straight lines are meeting. It's just a one straight line. So you have 4 sides and 4 angles. See, this is easy. Now for the part C, everyone, first of all, make sure that you will mark your angles. 1 angle 2, and angle 3. In this figure, you have 3 sides and 3 angles. Now, for the figure D, you have, first of all, you need to first mark your corners. See? Yes. So this figure has again 4 sides and 4 angles. Easy? I hope so that this is one of the easiest stuff that my students are doing and you guys are enjoying it. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next part, that is a part E and F. This is something that might be sometimes tricky because students most of the time do one mistake. They forgot to mention a very important areas. First of all, what they do, they mention this. This is visible. This is visible. And then they just point out this and this. No, no. If you look at this carefully, we have a two lines who are meeting at this, and even we have a two lines, they are meeting at this corner. This is also a side. So now on the opposite side, we have again two more angles. Yes, now this is a way to mark the angles, and now your work is so easy to count and write down your answer. Now look at the last corner. This is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4. Yes, this is very easy. Now my students, quickly mention your answers in a given chat box. Count in the given boxes, not the chat box. First mention your answers on the workbook. Okay, how many angles are in this picture? Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I just got my answer. This figure has 8 sides and 8 angles. Yes, and the last second one, the figure F has 4 sides and it has 4 angles. Yes, that's easy. That's very easy. Okay. Now, I hope so that after doing this work, I'm going to use my whiteboard for all of you to explain you a very interesting stuff with all of you. Okay, let me just open my whiteboard for all of you, and what you're gonna do, you will see that what I am trying to share with you all. Okay, let me just share my whiteboard with all of you. Yes. Just wait, my whiteboard is going to be, yes, please move the window away from the applications. Okay, let me just move it away. Okay, yes. Now I would like you all to give you an introduction of a new topic of the day, and its name is right angles. It's just like, okay, it's not, let me just write it again. The topic name that I'm starting today, that is right angles. In the previous pages, in the previous 2 pages, you guys were just studying about angles. Angles, what are angles? I hope so that my students now know that what is the angle. If somebody asks you, and you should know, when two straight lines meet at a point, angles is formed. Now you are going to move on to the second step of this topic, and the topic is right angle. So you need to understand what is a right angle. Right angle is one of a very easy topic, and it can be something that you can easily notice or measure. How? Let me tell you. Right angle shape is something that is, you can say that a perfect L. A perfect L. See, if I draw the line, but it's not straight because I'm using a rough, you can say that my mouse, so that's why it's not clear. But right angle shape is a perfect L, and it can be always shown by writing this, an inner, a small right angle inside of it. So whenever you saw this straight line marking, it is always represented and showed right angle. For example, in the previous pages, you guys were reading and measuring the angle like this, a small curves. But right angle is something that is always represented by this straight lines. Now look at this. Is any right angle in this shape? Yes, there is. There is a right angle in it. Okay, if you want to, if you just have a look on my square, let me just find out a square, draw a square. So this square, this computer screen, even LCD screen, this LCD screen has how many right angles in it? So think about it. Think about it. It has one right angle. It has second right angle. It has third right angle. Okay, my meeting time is going to be over in few seconds. So let me just show you again. And the last one is this one. See, so there are four right angles in this picture. And see, you just need to remember that right angle is something that is, we can say that that is called a perfect L shape. Two straight lines and they are meeting in a straight way like this. So right angle is formed. If the two straight lines, one line is bent and other is this, so this is not a right angle. If the lines are like this, so this is not a right angle. There is an angle, it has a name, it has their own names that I will tell you tomorrow, but you just need to remember today that right angle is something that is represented by using a perfect L shape. Okay, that's all for today because the meeting time is getting over. Yes, Ryan is someone who is always ready to leave the class in a second. Okay, that's all for today. Take care. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.